Hey guys, it is Sophie from GAINSBYBRAINS and welcome to today's video. In this video I am going to show you my lean bulking diet. I received some questions about showing what I eat in a week, for example, or just multiple what I eat in a day videos. And then I saw Zach Burnet's video where he shows what his diet looks like. So I thought, let's just show my complete lean bulking diet so you know exactly what I eat on a regular basis. But first, since it is Vlogmas day number 4, I have an advent calendar to open, so I am going to do that right now. Let's see, day number 4. Oh no, I tried to open it so that it doesn't break. We had a 3-day streak and now it's over. And I got a grenade carb killer bar. Never tried this one before, so I'm excited to try it. But since I don't eat that one on a regular basis, I'm not going to include it in this video. I am going to show you all my meals that I eat very regularly, and I'm going to prepare them so you know exactly what I do. I'm currently following a lean bulking diet, which means that I eat in a slight caloric surplus. I keep my dietary intake of protein sufficient, and I train a lot in the gym, which creates the most optimal environment for your body to build muscle mass, and that is exactly my goal. So starting with my first meal, which is my pre-workout meal. For my pre-workout meal, I am going to make oats. I have 55 grams of oats that I already weighed. Then I add oat milk. You can obviously use any kind of milk that you prefer. I just really like having it with oat milk. And I usually do half oat milk and half water because I noticed that that makes the consistency a little bit more thin, and that is exactly what I prefer. So I'm going to add 150 milliliters of oat milk and then 150 milliliters of water. So now that we have that in the pan, I am going to add a little bit of cinnamon, or actually a lot of bit of cinnamon. And then I also am going to add a banana, but I'm not adding that right now, just when the oatmeal is almost done. I am going to add the cinnamon and I just eyeball it. Give it a good stir, and then I'm going to put it on the stove. While the oatmeal is warming up, I am going to cut a whole banana. After cutting the banana, I am giving the oatmeal a good stir again, and then I just wait for a little while, and then I'm going to add the banana to the oatmeal. Now that my oatmeal is almost done, I am going to add the banana, and then I wait for a few seconds before I get it off the heat, and then it is done. I know that oatmeal doesn't look the best, but it just keeps me full for a very long time, and I just feel really good whenever I eat it. And I always like to add some peanut butter to it so that I have a good combination of carbs and fats. And I am going to add 20 grams of peanut butter. I usually just put the jar on the digital scale and then I press 0 so that whenever I scoop something out, it just goes to the negative number, so I can easily see that I'm adding 20 grams. I just like to swirl my peanut butter through the oatmeal so that I have some bites that taste a lot like peanut butter instead of having everything taste just a little bit like peanut butter. But again, that is just personal preference. So that is my finished pre-workout meal, which is a big bowl of oats with banana and peanut butter. Post-workout snack, I am making a slice of bread with avocado and some tomato, and then I also drink a protein shake with it. Sometimes I like to toast my bread in the pan, but that just depends on how much time I have. And then I usually take half of an avocado. I take 1 medium or small tomato. And then I also make my protein shake and I just drink it with regular water. Just gets the job done. I am going to toast the bread and I'm using a special cooking oil. It has a higher smoke temperature than, for example, olive oil. Then I just put it in the pan, wait for a few minutes, and then I'm making the avocado and tomato in the meantime. And I'm just using the tiniest bit of oil. So that wasn't that tiny. So I'm going to grab a tissue and then I'm going to absorb the extra oil that I don't need. For people that don't track their macros or their calories, that might seem a bit extreme, but 1 gram of oil contains 9 calories. So if you want to limit your caloric intake or want to reduce your caloric intake just a tiny bit, or if you're currently overeating, then just little things like this really add up and can make a difference. I'm just putting my tiny toast in the pan and then I'm just waiting for a few minutes. I turn it, and in the meantime I make my avocado and my tomato, and then I am done. Starting with the tomato, again I'm just using a small to medium one, and I'm going to cut it in tiny pieces. Just finished with cutting the tomatoes and my toast is already done. So I'm going to grab that right now and then I'm going to make the avocado afterwards. So I like my toast just to be a tiny bit toasted. I don't like it to be almost burnt, just so that it is a little bit warmer. And then I am going to put the avocado on top, and then I'm going to add the tomato, and then I like to add some black sesame seeds and also some pepper. But first, let's hope that this avocado is okay. That is pretty perfect in my opinion. I'm just going to cut it when it's still in the skin, and then you can grab a spoon and then you can easily put it on your toast. I'm going to make the sandwich and then I will show you the end result. Finished making the sandwich, and now I am going to top it off with some black sesame seed, but you can obviously just use whatever you prefer. And then I also like to add some pepper. So there we have part 1 of our post-workout meal, and now I'm quickly going to make a protein shake. Just make it with water, and I'm having 35 grams of protein powder. I am using a plant-based protein powder that is a blend between pea, hemp and rice protein. That is because the plant-based protein sources are usually low in one of the essential amino acids. Essential meaning that your body cannot produce it on its own. And if you have a blend, then you make sure that you get all the essential amino acids in on a daily basis. So again, I just add it to water. Very simple. And then I'm going to shake it up, and then my post-workout meal is completely finished. And voila, there we have the post-workout meal. And then it is time to make lunch, and for lunch I am making 2 reduced carbohydrate wraps, and as a filling I like to keep it really simple. I'm just going to add some hummus, some spinach and 100 grams of kidney beans that I have right here, but you can obviously just use anything that you prefer. I mainly go by what's in my fridge or what is currently in the store, and then I just throw that in the wrap. But first I am going to heat this up in the pan with the cooking oil. And then I just wait until the wrap is done. I flip it, then I wait for a little longer, and then the lunch is almost already done. And just a few minutes later, my wraps are both done. Now that the wraps are done, I am going to make them, and I'm going to start with the hummus, which is my favorite thing. You can just use whatever you prefer. So now that we have the hummus on the wraps, I am going to add the spinach. The spinach is already washed, and then I'm going to top it off with the kidney beans. I'm going to add the kidney beans as well. And there we have our lunch. So again, super quick, super easy and super simple. Really filling lots of fibers and obviously our leafy greens. Now it is time for a snack. And for a snack, I am having a mandarin and I also have 20 grams of unsalted nut mix, and I have 30 grams of edamame wasabi mix, which is intense but really good. So this is what I am having as a snack in between my lunch and dinner. You can obviously have whatever fruit that you prefer. I just like to go with one that is in season, and that is currently the mandarin. So that is what I'm having as a snack. And then you can obviously also just choose whatever nut mix you prefer. I like to have the mix between cashews, almonds and peanuts, but again, you can just do whatever you prefer. And then the little wasabi things, they are intense. Moving on to dinner. So for dinner, I usually like to make a big bowl of whatever is still in my fridge. So for today, I am going to have a base of rice. I usually go with rice. This is a multiple grain mix, but you can just use whatever rice that you like. Or I go with sweet potato. Rice is more caloric dense, meaning that you have less volume for more calories compared to sweet potato. But since I am on a lean bulking diet, that is exactly what I prefer. And then you can just use the other ingredients that you like. I am using chickpeas. I have some pumpkin that I am going to cook. I have some carrots. And then I also have a little bit of spinach left from the wrap that I made earlier. And then I'm also going to make some, or to add some red onion and some garlic. Oh, and I almost forgot. I am adding some tofu as well, and this one is already pre-marinated. So I'm going to prepare that right now, put everything in a big bowl, and then we are done with dinner. I have 50 grams of uncooked rice, and I'm just following the instructions, and then I'm cooking it until it is done. And in the meantime, I'm going to make the rest of my bowl. Now that my rice is cooking, I am going to cut half of a red onion and some garlic in the meantime. I'm just looking for a medium-sized garlic clove because I don't need that much garlic. And obviously if you have one of these tools that you can easily just prepare the garlic with, then definitely use that, because the smell of garlic, it just tends to stick to your hands. So there we have our first layer, and it is the rice or the sweet potato, depending on what you prefer. Next step is to cook the pumpkin, and I'm also going to put the red onion and the garlic in the pan with a little bit of oil, and after that is turning gold or golden brown, then I'm going to add the tofu and the chickpeas. Now that my oil is heated up, I'm going to add the garlic and the red onion. Now I am going to add the tofu and the chickpeas, since the onion and the garlic is already a little bit golden. So my mixture of tofu, chickpeas, red onion and garlic is now ready. So I am going to add it to the bowl of rice. As you can probably see, because of all the steam, the pumpkin is now ready as well. So I'm going to throw this in the bowl. And then I'm also going to add the bit of spinach that I still had left from lunch. And I also add a bit of carrots. I just like to work with a variety of colors. And then a bit of carrots. So just basically whatever you feel like eating that day or what is still in your fridge. I like to top it off with a bit of a dressing or a sauce, and today I am using the hummus again. It's just one of my favorites. So I'm just adding that as well, and then I'm going to give everything a good stir, and then it doesn't look as pretty anymore, but it does taste really, really good. So now that I am done with stirring, we have finished our dinner. So if you are a little bit like me, then you can probably relate, because I have the biggest sweet tooth in the evening. So as my final snack, I have some chocolate. So I love the 85% dark chocolate. And because it is a little bit more intense, I don't overeat, or I really don't have the tendency to overeat. So I'm just having 2 pieces, which is 20 grams of dark chocolate. So I'm not eating the whole bar. And that is the final snack that I'm having in the day. So if you want to put all this food to good use, or you want to set up your own lean bulking diet, and you're looking for a structured training program, then I'll make sure to leave the link to my training and nutrition guide in the description box down below, so you can check it out if you would like to. That being said, that is the end of the video, and that is my total complete lean bulking diet. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please make sure to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the other Vlogmas videos. And then I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to eat right now. Bye guys.